talk about when you're photographing someone. And this is not about professionalism and charging and all of this. You can be photographing your grandchild or your mother or your neighbor, because our neighbors assume that we have a camera and, oh, will you take our portrait and our picture? And I know all of y'all, oh, will you take my picture? So you want to do it right. Doesn't matter whether it's your daughter or your grandchild or whatever. You just want to do it right, because somebody's going to say, oh, who took that? So you want to be proud of the fact that you took it. So anyway, you want to know, ask some questions to this neighbor or your daughter or whatever. Okay, do you want this to be like kind of formal clothes or casual clothes? So you want to hit them with that first. And then where do you want to do it? Do you want to do it outside? Do you want to do it inside? I prefer outside. I much prefer natural light. So then you want a location. You know, where do you think we can go? Do you want to go out here? Do you want to go out in your backyard? Do you have flowers growing, or you know, you have a garden or whatever? So kind of touch base with them on that. Like I say, even if it's your mother, your sister, your daughter, whoever, all these things are important, rather than just saying, okay, I'll take your picture, I'll meet you tomorrow at 5. Well, no telling what they're going to be in, you know, stripes or plaids or, you know, whatever. If you don't, yeah, get with your photographer and discuss these things, then probably you're going to have this. I mean, this was something that happened, that there was no conversation between the photographer and me and my kids.
Look at her
That's
hair.
the big hair, the Supremes.
I know, it's like, kids, run in and put on something cute. So they did. Anyway, it could just be a complete disaster.
See, would you mind starting over?
Yeah, there's
Polka
every of the absolute worst thing in the world. So the first thing you see when you see this picture, you don't see our faces. You don't see anything but red, white, and blue stripes, flowers, polka dots, every combination in the world. And did I think anything about it? Mm-mm. Oh, y'all look cute. Okay. And the photographer probably almost threw up when we came in the room. Anyway, the time of day, and we know the golden hour of lights in the morning or in the afternoon. So that's going to dictate to you how much time you're going to have for the shoot. So if it's going to be a child that you're going to shoot, so you need to really talk with the child's mother and find out, what does she want? Does she want black and white? Does she want color? Is the child going to have on a costume? Does she want black and white? So pre-visualize. If I never learned another thing in Carl's class. So after you talk to the mother, and she says, well, oh, she's going to have her little fairy costume. I want her to have her fairy costume on. So then, okay, you want her to be like out here in the woods somewhere with her little wand and her little fairy costume on. So I pre-visualized this after talking to this mother and knowing that that's what she wants for that child. This little girl was my niece, and she was just quick as a termite, and you got to have things for them to do. They're not going to pose. You can't pose a 2-year-old child. But if you give them something to do, and there was water in here, so there were some flowers out there. So, Tish, why don't you water the flowers? And you just follow them and start clicking. Can't pose a child. I couldn't. I never could pose a child. So that's pre-visualization. It's Jack on Will and Grace calls it pre-visualization. And teenager. What are they into? Guitars. This Jill's son was a skateboarder. So I wanted something kind of funky. I didn't want anything cutesy, so we went downtown and I just found this alley. And he loved it, and the light happened to be really good for this skateboard. And she has that on her wall. So, pre-visualization. This girl wanted black and white for this little girl, and she loved her doll. So I just sat her down in my backyard. Hadn't been cut in a while, so it was kind of fortuitous that it had these weeds. This is an infrared, black and white for her. So all these are, this mother wanted her little 8-year-old to be photographed. I can't turn it off. wanted her 8-year-old, no, I guess she was about 6, to be photographed in her wedding dress, in the mother's wedding dress. So I wanted it to be around some flowers in a garden or whatever. So I asked the mother, do you know any such place? And she said, yeah. So we took this little girl to, it was in Tupelo. I don't even remember now where it was, but we had the flowers in there.